Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. And this is lesson 4. This is the principle of body alignment. I've made some references to it in our earlier lessons, but I really wanted to talk about it specifically. So we're going to discuss a modified Tai Chi stance and your body alignment. First, I just want you to put your feet shoulder width apart. Now, the outside of your feet should be parallel. So if you have some lines on the floor, you can kind of take a look. However, for some of us, that might bother our knees. So it's okay to toe out just a little bit. I want you to be comfortable. The next thing you're going to do is think about a cord that's bringing your head up, pulling your head up towards the ceiling. And don't force it, because we don't force anything in Tai Chi. I'd rather you just visualize it, like a cord, or that your head is filled with helium, and so that it's floating to the ceiling. I like to think of the vertebrae being a slinky. Remember the slinky toys? And we're just gently expanding that slinky, the top part, and the vertebrae are starting to separate as a result. And then your tailbone is going to sink down just a little bit to the ground. It's heavy. And by doing so, now you're stretching that slinky on both sides, the top and the bottom. So you're stretching out your vertebrae very gently. Then you're going to sit down on a windowsill. So I'd like for you to envision a windowsill right behind you, or if you prefer a stool, and the stool is not very low. And just think you're going to sit back on that stool. The key there is the word back. So I'm going to give you a profile here. Many times people misunderstand and they squat down like that. Well, you can see that that takes my knees past the toes, and that's a big no-no. Instead, if you think about a stool behind you, you're going to kind of squat back. And I think of the crease right here, where our hip line is, and then I'm going to just be increasing that crease. So the movement is more back like that, not straight down. Okay? So let's just try that. You're floating your head to the ceiling, your tailbone is heavy, and you sit back on that stool. Only go down what's comfortable. So if it's just a matter of envisioning it and softening your knees, that's fine. Or if you can go down a few inches, that's great as well. So that's the Tai Chi stance. Feet shoulder width apart, head floating to the ceiling, tailbone is heavy, sit back on that windowsill. That's your Tai Chi stance.